Hi, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great week, and if you're here because you're on a pregnancy journey as well, I hope your pregnancy is going smooth and healthy and that you are feeling great. I am heading into my third trimester. This pregnancy has been so wonderful, and I've been so lucky to have such a beautiful experience, but it is definitely a great feeling to see the finish line ahead, and I'm really proud of myself for keeping the promise that I kept to myself before getting pregnant, that I would stay as healthy as possible for myself and for my baby, and of course, most importantly, for a smooth recovery process after I give birth. So I wanted to share some of the hacks that I have found along the way the last 2 trimesters that have been able to allow me to stay healthy, and honestly just things that I think everyone who's going through pregnancy should think about or consider to make your process a little bit easier. So if you're as far along as I am and you have a big beautiful bump, you have probably thought about stretch marks. Of course, this is a big part of pregnancy, and let me just give the caveat that I think that stretch marks are absolutely beautiful from pregnancy and just a testament to how hard your body has worked for you and the beautiful creation that you made. But at the end of the day, I'm just a girl and I want to try to prevent having such severe stretch marks after I give birth. So a lot of women are buying a lot of oils and just covering their stomach every night. Honestly, sometimes I'm too lazy to do that, but I also wanted to dig deeper into the root cause of stretch marks. Obviously, your skin is growing to accommodate your baby. And so, just covering the outside of my stomach with oil, I just felt like it wasn't doing enough. And I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into what causes it and ways that I can prevent it in a healthy way. So this seems like something that should be so obvious, but after doing some research, I realized I need to add more collagen into my diet. Obviously, we're getting a lot of those nutrients in with our prenatals, but this is certainly a time where our nutrients are definitely depleted, and adding more and more as much as you can is only going to make you feel even better. So my big hack for stretch marks is increasing your collagen intake, and I want to show you guys the way that I like to do this, and it is so easy, and honestly I feel a lot better. I feel like my skin is a lot stronger. I haven't had as many breakouts as I did in my first 2 trimesters. Definitely experienced a lot of that at the very beginning of pregnancy, and as I started to incorporate this hack into my diet, I really noticed a change in my skin and finally started to feel that pregnancy glow. And so far, no stretch marks yet. So I want to show you guys what I do, which is just add my collagen into my morning coffee. And the process of oiling up every single night before bed, like a lot of women are doing, I honestly am too lazy to do that sometimes, but I'm never going to be too lazy to skip my morning coffee. So I want to show you guys how I do that. It's such an easy way to prevent stretch marks and honestly just feel a little bit better in your skin. For my collagen, I use the brand Orgain. This is not sponsored. I just got this on Amazon. I've also seen it at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Walmart, any supplement store. This is just your standard collagen peptides brand, and I use the unflavored version. You can also do vanilla or coffee, or they have some that might go well with your morning coffee, just depending on how you typically like it. I prefer my coffee either just black or with cream, so the unflavored version works best for me. This, of course, is hair, skin, nail, and joint support. So important in pregnancy. Obviously, it just wreaks havoc on our bodies, and so your joints are changing. You are probably feeling that stretch by now. And if you're like me, I've experienced issues with my hair not growing, my skin breaking out, my nails not growing. And so adding this into my diet is such an important way to help replenish those nutrients, but also for my main goal, which was to prevent stretch marks. So I just add a scoop of this into my morning coffee. Easy as that, and pour it up here. And then what I like to do is froth mine up if you have a hand frother, just to make it almost like a latte consistency without all those extra calories that you might be getting from that. Although I definitely am indulging in lattes during my pregnancy. So you'll see this makes it nice and foamy. You can't taste it at all. It really just makes your coffee a little bit more rich. But this is such a great way to get those added nutrients in and help to prevent some of the things that I'm looking to prevent in pregnancy, and also help to alleviate some of the issues that have come up while I've been pregnant. Oh, that is so good. My next hack is how to overcome hating dates. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think that dates are disgusting. I do not like dried fruit. I don't like grapes or craisins. I like grapes. I don't like raisins, craisins, any sort of dried fruit. It grosses me out. The texture does not work for me. But obviously, eating dates during your third trimester is something that has had a lot of studies done. A lot of women rave about this, and it's part of the practice that goes into going into your third trimester and prepping for labor. So I wanted to find a way that I could get around the fact that the texture and the taste of dates just does not work for me, and I saw a hack that I wanted to try out. So I'm going to try this out to show you guys, and hopefully it'll be something that helps you as well. So I'm going to make a date smoothie. I've been told that this will taste like a sea salt caramel smoothie and that it's really amazing. So the biggest hack that I read is to soak your dates overnight in water or milk or whatever you prefer. This is going to help to soften them up so that they don't just break up into your smoothie and you're still getting that texture and taste through having small bites of it. So this will allow the date to fully get blended into your smoothie so that you don't have to worry about that texture issue that I am just so disgusted by. So first I'm going to start with a banana. You can freeze this, or I just have a room temp banana, but I did add ice in there to help to make it a little bit more frozen. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in here. And then I'm going to go in and add 2 of my dates that have been soaking overnight in water. You can see that consistency here. It just looks so gross to me. I know many people like dates, but I know that this is important, so I'm going to make it happen. Okay. 1 and 2. And then I am going to add peanut butter. You can also do almond butter, whatever butter you prefer. I measure with my heart, but it'll probably be around 1 to 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna go in with a vanilla milkshake protein powder. You can also add in Greek yogurt and vanilla extract, kind of whatever you prefer. I know some people don't like to do protein powder, but I want to get a lot of extra protein in since this is my breakfast for the day. So I'm gonna add 1 scoop of this. And just a pinch of salt to help to give that sea salt caramel flavor that I've read is going to be a part of what the dates are going to give us. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt in there, and then just top it off with whole milk. Obviously you can do almond milk, oat milk, whatever your preference is, but I'm just going plain old regular milk. I always like to shake mine up a bit, especially if I'm adding protein powder, just so that it doesn't get stuck to the walls. And then we can go ahead and blend. Okay, we are mixed up. And mine came out a little bit watery, probably because I did not have yogurt in there. So I'll show you. It's a little bit watery, but regardless, you can really tailor this to your liking. If you want to add more protein powder, more banana, add more Greek yogurt in there, you can. But I'm gonna go ahead and try this out just to see how the taste is, and you can adjust it however you would like for next time. Straw. It works, guys. It works. Okay. This is going to be a game changer if you are also someone who's been so nervous about this date process. I'm really glad that I soaked the dates overnight, because I think that they would have ended up leaving chunks in here and it would have just put me off of the whole thing in general. And I don't know if I would have continued with trying to even incorporate the dates into the third trimester. So this is definitely the way to get it done. If you are a date hater like me, I have no shame. But I am thankful that I have found a way to make this a lot more bearable so that I can hopefully enjoy this every day. And that should help a little bit with the smooth labor, so I've been told. Come up here, come on. My next big hack that I want to share is magnesium. Magnesium, this has been an absolute game changer for me throughout the entire course of my pregnancy for a multitude of reasons. And I know that our prenatals have some magnesium in them, but of course prenatal is kind of a one-size-fits-all tool, and there's going to be some supplements and, you know, vitamins and minerals that you need to add even more into your diet, because you're just simply not getting enough to replenish what you're missing. And this has truly been the biggest game changer for me for so many reasons. I first started incorporating it into my daily routine because I was getting so sore. I'm trying to stay as active as possible, and you know, my round ligaments would be in so much pain, my back would be in so much pain. And even if you're not super active, I'm sure you're experiencing this, just because our body is growing and changing so much, and you just have to kind of keep up with it. Otherwise, you're going to end up in so much pain. And so I was waking up in the middle of the night with so much soreness. It was hard for me to sleep. And I went to my OB to talk about it and kind of get a sense of, you know, is this normal? Is there something I could be doing? She recommended magnesium. And so I started adding that in every day. And it has been such a game changer in regards to how sore I've been, but also I have it at night because it does make you sleepy. And so this is great because it helps me to get to sleep, but also stay asleep. Insomnia is so real during pregnancy. I feel like I wake up from 2 to 5 almost every night that I'm not paying attention to adding in these supplements throughout the day. And this has helped me to be able to sleep through that, not wake up in pain, and it really just truly makes such a difference. Another way that it's really helped me is, you know, this brand is Calm. I got this on Amazon. I've also seen it at Whole Foods. I think I've seen it at Marshall's too, but whatever you're choosing to use, whether that's adding in a supplement like this or just increasing foods that are rich in magnesium, I've also noticed it makes such a difference in my mood also. Obviously, right now with all of our hormonal changes, there are a lot of ups and downs, and I certainly have had really challenging days where I felt anxious or depressed or down, and When I'm incorporating this, I wake up feeling in such a better mood, more motivated, ready to take on the day, and it really does make such an impact in how I feel. So I definitely recommend doing this at night. Like I said, it does make you more sleepy, but I'll just add a scoop of it into my tea. So I'm going into my 3rd trimester, so I'm starting to incorporate the red raspberry leaf tea into my nightly routine. So I've just been throwing a scoop in there, and it is so delicious. It kind of adds a sour effect to what you're drinking. So I like to mix it with fruit, and it kind of helps to satisfy the craving that I constantly have for sour candy in pregnancy. So I'll add 2 teaspoons of that to a hot red raspberry leaf tea, and it foams up, and it's a little tangy and tart and just really delicious. And I'm feeling amazing. I'm getting tired. I'm waking up feeling refreshed. My body feels so refreshed, and it just checks several boxes for me. So this is without a doubt the best thing that I've incorporated into my diet since I've been pregnant, and it has made such a difference in some of those just pesky symptoms that cause you with so many issues. It also helps with headaches too, which I luckily have not had a huge issue with during pregnancy, but I know a lot of women talk about that, and that was something that my OB mentioned as well, that it can help with getting migraines and headaches and makes a big difference there. So this is definitely one that if you are not incorporating this into your daily routine, I would definitely recommend doing so. My last hack that I want to share is really more of a mental thing, more of a mindset. And this has made such a difference for me as I'm going into my 3rd trimester and reflecting on the first 2, and that I've been so lucky to have a smooth and healthy pregnancy. And honestly, I think a good chunk of that comes from my mindset and the way I've been able to push through some of the challenges that pregnancy can bring. And so my last hack is to stop victimizing yourself during pregnancy. And that might sound kind of harsh. So what I'm trying to say is, your body is reflecting on the way that you are thinking about pregnancy. And I think it can be really easy, and I've done this, and this is why I'm sharing something that I've learned from it, but it can be easy to be very woe is me. I'm pregnant, so I can't do anything. I just need to rest all day. Everyone needs to pamper me. And that's true. Everyone should be pampering you, but I wouldn't be pampering yourself. Just in terms of, don't let yourself think that you can't do hard things because of the fact that you're pregnant, because I think that can be such a downward slope mentality that you have. And the truth is, you can be stronger than ever when you are pregnant, whether that is through activity and exercise. Obviously, there's that version of being strong, but with handling your challenging emotions that are coming up each day, with working, if that is a challenge that you're having, with keeping your house in a good place, whatever it is that you feel like you just have not been able to get a hold of during pregnancy because of the way that you're feeling and your energy levels, I would do everything that you can to push through that mental barrier and get it done. And I really started telling myself this during the 1st trimester. And so while I was really fortunate, I did not have extreme morning sickness, but there were days that I did get sick, I did throw up, and I just did whatever I could to push through that mental barrier and find my way to stay active those days, and find my way to push through the fact that the only energy that I have is going to allow me to go on a 30-minute walk, a 10-minute walk, and I'm doing it. I'm going to go use that last bit of energy, because the more that you push and push and push yourself through the mental blocks that can come in with all the changes that you're experiencing, the more that you realize that you feel so much better when you do that. If you're going and working out the days that you're so sore and so tired, you will feel better. You will feel less sore. You will feel less tired. I have really found that changing my mindset from, I am pregnant, and so because of this, I need to, slow down and relax to, I can seriously be the strongest and best version of myself during this time. And I want to be really proud of the person that I am during pregnancy. And I think that your mentality just makes such a huge difference. And I know that there are probably some things that you've experienced during pregnancy that I haven't experienced and vice versa. But honestly, whatever your challenges that you're dealing with or the symptoms that you feel like debilitate you from some of the goals that you have, I honestly just feel like you have such a great opportunity to learn how to push those barriers in your brain and make yourself even better for it at the end. And for me, I personally am hoping to have an unmedicated labor. And so because of that, I'm trying to train my brain to push through the moments where I feel like I can't do it. I feel like I can't keep pushing. I feel like I need to stop, and I feel like I need to give up on whatever that task is. And for me, it's practice to get through what labor is going to be. And whether you are planning a medicated, unmedicated, C-section, whatever version of labor that you're hoping to have or planning to have, regardless, it's the hardest thing that we're putting our bodies through, whether we're feeling every pain or not. And so, I think for me, I have a goal at the end of the day, just having a beautiful labor, whether I successfully am unmedicated or if it ends up being completely different than how I pictured. But I want to have a positive and beautiful experience, whatever that looks like. And I feel like a big part of that is just learning how to push through hard things. And I'm getting practice with that every single day here throughout the course of pregnancy. And for me, my biggest challenge is, I want to stay really active. I want to stay going to the gym and walking all the time. And it can be so easy to cancel those workouts or ask your husband to take the dog for a walk or whatever it is. And sometimes I just have to say to myself, you are a big girl and you need to go do this. Like, show your baby how to be tough. That's kind of a mindset I give myself with my daughter is I'm going to teach my daughter how to push through hard days, and I'm going to teach her what to do when we just simply don't want to do it. And so instead of just doing it for myself, which is so important, I'm also trying to put myself in the mindset of I'm doing this for her at the end of the day because I want to be the best version of myself for her, but I want to show her, all right, here's how we get through tough days. And so I think that for me, I've found pregnancy to be super challenging in so many different ways, and it's certainly not a cakewalk, but I've also found it to be such a beautiful, transformative experience to learn how strong I can possibly be, both physically with trying to stay active during this time where I'm gaining weight, my body has changed so much, but really mentally and pushing through something as easy as just switching the dishes when I feel like I physically don't have the energy to get up and do that. And so I think it's a huge opportunity to push yourself in every aspect of your life. And honestly, I truly feel that I am stronger now, both physically and mentally, than I was pre-pregnancy. And I feel ready to take on the challenge of parenting because I have practiced and practiced and practiced pushing through the days where I'm giving one more when I feel like I have nothing left to give. And I just really want to pass that along for people that maybe are struggling with that, or maybe you're in the same place as me, you're getting into the end of your pregnancy and maybe you have some regrets on the way that you've handled your day-to-day life, and maybe you are wanting to be more active towards the end, or you're wanting to be better at cleaning or a hobby or whatever it is that you're trying to do. And honestly, take every single day as they come. There are days where I have not moved from the couch. I have eaten nothing but candy. I have had those days, but tomorrow is a new day to push yourself to really, really, really show yourself how strong you can possibly be. And I know you can all do it no matter what challenge it is that's facing you. And for me, this is one of the biggest things that has made truly such a huge difference for me in pregnancy, and I'm really hopeful that it's going to result in me having a great labor experience, knowing that I'm going into it with the mentality of, I am so strong, I am so capable, I can do this. Look what I just did for 9 months. I can absolutely get through this, and I'm gonna go in there and show them how labor is done, and I want you all to feel the same way when you go into that as well. So those are some of the things that I have done during pregnancy that have just made such a giant difference for me, but I'm not done learning. So please share in the comments some of the hacks that you have added into your pregnancy experience and how it's made a big difference for you. And if you enjoyed some of these tips, please like my video and subscribe to my page. I'm so excited to share even more about my pregnancy experience, and just so excited to share motherhood with you too, and really hoping to hear some of your stories and ways that you've overcome challenges during pregnancy too. So thanks for being here.